Hey everybody, Solano here. So with the 1.9 update, the devs decided to make a slight change to the cooperative loadouts, making them a bit faction-based. This means that the security forces no longer have access to insurgent-specific weapons like the Alpha AK or the SKS, which is a welcome change, by the way. So because of the slight change, I decided that I wanted to rework and update my loadouts for 1.9. So that way I can introduce my marksman to the SAS and my other marksman to the Grand. But because of this, there's a slight issue when I was creating my presets, and that's what I'm going to explain for a bit. So, customize, I'm going to go to my loadouts. I've done this recording plenty of times, so I pretty much know what's going to happen here. But I'm going to go ahead and remove all my loadouts because these are just garbage loadouts with temp builds. So, put it in this scenario. You're creating your loadout, and you want to have, let's say, an M4 loadout with no magazine, by the way, which is nice. Put a little bit of an extended mag on that and give it an OKV7. All right, let's say we have this set up. So you have your M4 build, M4 rifleman. All right, so that way if you ever get confused if what class you're playing, like, oh, I'm playing Rocket Man or something, you can just swap it off and just like, okay, I'm playing rifleman now. So now that I have the rifleman kit, you go back and let's say, oh, I'm playing Tideway. I need a G3 because I want that longer. I want to make sure I'm hitting my enemies at longer distances without wasting too much ammo. So you swap your weapon to the G3, put a red dot on it, accept, and then slap G3 rifle. Same name, same issue, but now your G3 overwrites your M4 and you no longer have an M4 build. And you're like, what the heck's happening? The only way that I've been able to remedy this, and I'll actually just repeat the bug again so that way it doesn't look like the name's being changed or anything. But, okay, AUG, that, this, that. And now, my G3 build is overridden with my AUG. I don't know what's happening. Like I said, the only way that I've been able to remedy this, default. You click the default, swap it over, and then you put in your name, it doesn't overwrite it. So it only overwrites if, for say, like you want to swap the rifle of one of your previous builds because you want to have a different rifle but the same armor, NVGs, accessories, ordnance, that kind of thing. So that way you don't have to change your ordnance every time or update your ordnance every time. So that way you can have like a G3 with the same amount of ordnance, which in this case is the AUG now because I've forgotten what weapon is on this thing. So that's the bug that I'm reporting, as well as the small. Sometimes this little M4, the M16, will turn small, like really small and tiny. But this is probably one of the smaller bugs that I've found in this game, because like I said, it only works. The bug only happens when you're trying to overwrite. When you're trying to create a new weapon, like with the similar ordnance, in that sense, because then it overwrites this one. And it's only in this specific scenario because, like I said before, it remedies itself when you only click the default. I'll make another weapon too. AUG, Mars, that. And then I save it. And then it doesn't affect it. So now I have an AUG with the Mars, a VHS on Y, and now it's like, you know, you still have these two duplicates. So basically you're having to do extra work to reset every single preset, and that's kind of bugging me. And like I said prior, if I haven't said it before, when I was recording this, it affects also versus and competitive, I think. Yeah, because this was originally a G3 build, this is an M4 build, but the M4 build overwrote the G3 build. So the default, like I said again, now this is fine. Like I said again, this one overwrites that one, and now you don't have an M4 and a G3.